What's up guys, how you guys been, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my YouTube video, and today we're going to be reacting to 3 dark web horror stories animated volume 2. These are animated by Dr. NoSleep, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And right now it is 3:25 in the morning. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's 3:25 in the morning a.m. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy.
I've always had a morbid sense of curiosity, and while that's not a fact I'm particularly proud of, I've always just jotted it down to teenage curiosity. To be honest, it probably started back in middle school when people thought it was fun to send around horrible videos of executions and bizarre porn fetishes to each other on the MSN messaging site. Just mentioning it makes me feel old. These days there's an overabundance of these sites. Places to watch people die, blurry videos of car crashes, beheadings, and animal abuse. Of course, it's not something I actively seek out, but when I stumble across it, I feel compelled to just watch, to prove to myself that nothing can affect me. Though, for the truly gruesome stuff, one needs to visit the so-called dark web. As a guy who has fallen far behind in the advancement of technology, it absolutely baffled my mind that only a tiny fragment of the internet is available through a Google search. The rest, which makes up approximately 99.9%, is hidden and requires a special browser for access. With the help of a handy-dandy YouTube tutorial, I quickly downloaded the Tor browser and went on my way to search for the hidden aspects of the internet, as one naturally does. It couldn't have taken more than half an hour of clicking on shared onion links before I stumbled across something that quenched my thirst for the obscene forever. The website itself was rather plain, just a black background with a video player in its center and a chat box beneath. Within a few seconds of entering the website, the video itself had loaded and automatically started playing. What was depicted before me was a scrawny-looking man in his early 20s, strapped to a chair and covered in wounds. In the upper left corner of the video, a timer ran, counting up each second. 24 minutes and 14 seconds. "Please stop, please, it was an accident, I swear," he yelled. A larger man entered the picture, a large needle in his hand connected to an empty syringe. Without speaking a word, he stuck the needle as far as it could go, into the victim's abdomen. He let out a loud scream as the man removed the needle and plunged it back in. After a few stabs, the man grabbed a hammer and hit the victim straight in his jaw, shattering his mandible, leaving him unable to form any coherent speech. He let out a gargled whimper before passing out. I tried to forward the video, sure it had to be fake. But that's when I realized that it wasn't pre-recorded footage, but a live stream. 26 minutes and 12 seconds were the words that lit up the screen. The chat beneath the video went wild, calling out the victim as a pathetic excuse of a human being, demanding the man to continue the torture. A few seconds passed, and the chat was replaced by a voting form containing only 2 options: life or death. The votes were quickly counting, the bar for death rising rapidly. As much as I could stomach, I wouldn't be part of an active murder, so I quickly voted for life. In the end, the results were displayed on the screen. Out of 200 people, the results were 95% for death, 4% for life, 1% did not vote. 10 people had tried to save the poor kid, but it wasn't enough. Without further warning, the man grabbed the hammer and started repeatedly hitting him, starting from the legs and working his way up until all that remained was a bloody pile of broken flesh. I sat speechless, staring helplessly at the screen as I noticed that my camera light had lit up. The video player vanished, and in its place, 10 smaller boxes popped up, all displaying people from various places around the world, all being unknowingly filmed by their own webcams. To my absolute horror, one of the boxes showed my bedroom and myself wearing a terrified expression. It quickly dawned on me that these were the people who voted to save the poor kid. "Who will be next?" a message said as a timer counted down towards 0. A few boxes turned black, to which the chat responded with laughter, a hopeless attempt at escape. 3, 2, 1. 9 of the 10 pictures disappeared from the screen, including my own, leaving the screen occupied by a middle-aged Asian man frozen in fear. "We'll see you soon. Good luck." I let out a sigh of both relief and panic. I'd escaped unharmed, but not everyone was that lucky. Of course, I called the police, but by the time they could even look into it, the link had long since expired. I don't know what else I could have done, but it taught me not to look too deep into the depths of the dark web. I'm lucky to still be alive, and it's safe to say that I've stuck to YouTube videos and Reddit ever since.
Alright, this is going to be another story by him. Story 2. I'm pretty sure it's called like Pill or something. The Pill. I'm pretty sure it's called that. And so yeah, let's watch it.
When I say drugs are fantastic, I'm not talking about the designer substances you find in a dark alley. No, I mean the fantastic medications invented to cure anything from infections to psychological problems. The only problem is the excessive restriction on legal drugs. The amount of research, work, and potential that gets lost with each denial from the FDA. Just because something doesn't work exactly as intended, doesn't mean it's useless. I say this as a person who's always had trouble sleeping. Not in the sense that I can't fall asleep, but rather that I need a whole 11 hours just to feel barely rested. A fact that absolutely does not fly in my line of work. After trying conventional drugs that were aimed at people with narcolepsy, none proved to be an adequate solution. I had no choice but to turn to the illegal side of things. Think about all the drugs that never reach the shelves at your local pharmacy due to failing to get FDA approval. It's not like their recipes and research just get thrown out. No, there's a whole market for them buried in the depths of the dark web, available to anyone who knows where to look. Of course, it has its risks, and it isn't something I'd recommend for your average Joe. I, however, was desperate. Months passed, and I tried numerous different substances, some which helped a little, while others just made it worse. In the end, I landed on a product simply called Nox. Using a P.O. box, the medication arrived within a week. To my surprise, rather than finding a bottle filled with colorful pills, I had just received the one, wrapped in a high-quality, expensive-looking package. Based on the forum I found it on, no one had experienced any adverse effects, so I stupidly ingested it with little hesitation, impatiently awaiting its results. On any given day, I'd be tired around 11, but with the pill making its way through my digestive tract, I realized that midnight had come and gone, leaving me wide awake. Morning came, and yet I didn't need any sleep. It was great. I got all my work done at a record pace and still had plenty of leftover leisure time. It caused some jealousy at the office, but considering my competitive nature, it didn't bother me in the slightest. Days turned to weeks, then weeks turned to months, and I had successfully eluded the need to sleep. By all logical aspects of biology, my brain should have deteriorated, driving me to the brink of madness. But even a year after ingesting the pill, I remained sharp as ever. The only thing I noticed was my skin seeming thinner, paler, as if I had fallen slightly ill. I initially felt suspicious of the pill, but my tired-looking facade could just as easily be explained by the excessive amount of work. It wasn't as if I could stop taking the pills anyway, seeing as I'd only taken the one. That's when I noticed the first sore.
Nope. I'm out.
Stomach just below the navel. It didn't hurt or anything, so I just put some cream on and waited, but it kept growing. During the next week, patches of skin started falling off, revealing the fat and
That boy looks like a donkey.
muscle beneath. It didn't particularly hurt, but it was growing day by day, and it horrified me. I quickly tried to find the site I'd purchased it from, but in the ocean of hidden onions that is the dark web, it had simply vanished, and the link had expired. As far as I could tell, no one, not even the FDA, had ever heard about a pill called Nox. Over the next few weeks, my physical state deteriorated, and the doctors were baffled. Yet I remained completely lucid. Even sedation for procedures had no effect on me. Eventually, after months of my skin melting off, my heart nearly stopped. Yet I couldn't fall unconscious. As I type this, my body is rotting away, and I'm gradually losing function of my arms and legs, and my vision is fading. The only thing remaining is my mind, as wide awake as ever. Once I'm done here, I'm putting a bullet in my brain, but I'm worried that even then I'll have some sliver of consciousness to keep me awake as they put me in the ground, where I'll lay in darkness forever.
Let's get on with it.
Ever opened
I'm gonna eat some snacks.
a door you wished you'd left alone? I was ego surfing.
ASMR. Just playing.
Googling my name to see which parts of my life had somehow leaked onto the web. Usually, it's a letdown. That's been my experience in the past. You suddenly see the world through a different lens, one in which you're not much of a star. You're a supporting character at best, and the leading man has your name, but a much better life. This time, I clicked on a story that was clearly about me. It was the time I had won first place in the Outer Banks Big Mouth Bass Tournament. I'd landed a 13-pound whopper and gotten my photo snapped at the end of the pier. There I was, happy as a soused clam, holding my prize fish like a conquering hero. But the photo had a strange tag. See odds. Curious, I clicked on it. The link sent me to a betting website called diabolicalpropositionbets.onion, where the participants for the fishing tournament were listed, along with their odds of winning. I had been the longest shot, 200 to 1. I got shivers. Who would have made a proposition bet about me? The website included a historical index of proposition bets for many other events that rang very personal. Graduating from Wakefield High School. Promotion to regional manager at Gala Sporting Goods. Marriage to high school sweetheart. Purchaser of new home in Willow Springs. New father of twin girls. Purchaser of lavish fishing boat. In every proposition bet, I had been the longest shot. I ran a sweaty hand across my comb-over and poured another Long Island iced tea. Then I resumed clicking through more bets based on my life's past events. Not an adulterer with a teenage cashier. Not experiencing male pattern baldness by age 30. Not suffering erectile dysfunction by age 31. Not divorced from high school sweetheart by age 32. Not losing job by age 33. Not losing custody of twin girls by age 33. Not bankrupt by age 34. Not an alcoholic by age 35. I pushed away from the computer. The worst parts of my life had been turned into online wagers, and the bets had all been worded in such a way that I was the longest odds every time, so that somebody could profit off my series of failures and miseries. This had to be a sick joke. Somebody had put together one very elaborate prank. However, there were so many details being posted that no single person in my life could possibly have known them all. For instance, Minnie, the cashier with whom I had had an extramarital fling, was the only one who knew about the affair. Nobody knew about this affair except my ex-wife. I suspected that Minnie and my ex-wife might have teamed up to put this whole shenanigan together, but even they didn't know about my recent alcoholic consumption of Long Island iced teas. I rolled my chair back to the computer and drained my glass. There were upcoming wagers listed. My eyes zeroed in on one in particular. Dead by age 36. Bells went off. Literally, bells were ringing on my computer. Somebody was trying to Skype me. I didn't recognize the incoming number. I hovered my finger over the mouse. Could this be the person who'd been wagering and profiting on every one of my life's major events? Had they discovered that I'd blundered upon their vast online gambling conspiracy? And if that's indeed who was calling me, did I really want to know who it was? Damn right, I wanted to know who it was. I accepted the call. The face on the screen hit me like a sidewinder
Hola, Nino.
missile. My father. Hey there, Sonny Boy. Sonny Boy was his nickname for me. Dad, this is a bad time. I'm in the middle of something. It's okay. You're not a dark horse anymore, Sonny Boy. Dark horse? What's that mean? It means the dark web has all sorts of interesting little corners. Corners where somebody can place a prop bet on anything under the sun. He gave me a fatherly wink. You've helped me build a splendid nest egg over the years, Sonny Boy. My mouth was hanging open so big I looked like the prize bass mounted on my wall. Now listen to me, Sonny Boy. You've got to hang in there a while longer, understand? Hang in where, Dad? Hang in life. Right now, the betting odds have you as the favorite to die by suicide. Your life has been trending down, and you're basically even odds to off yourself. Tears were running down my cheeks as I stared into my father's face. Hang in there for another couple years. Life will rebound, you'll see. And just when things are looking up, and you're the dark horse again, then we'll make a killing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Does that mean he's supposed to kill himself when he's at the age of 36 because he's 35? All his videos will be in the link in my description. Every story would be the names of them. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Teacher scary animations, dark web stories. That's the one I just watched. Well, now I gotta start freaking editing. Hello?